your home for CBS. This is 11:1. This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smithem, and the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joynton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smithem. My first two guests today are both from Thunder Bay Theater, Kevin Reams and Nickie Hilton. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Nancy.
Morning.
Kevin, welcome to Alpena. You are now the new artistic director
Yes.
at Thunder Bay Theater. So how's it going so far?
Great. We've got 3 great shows coming this fall, and I'm so happy to be back. I was here as an actor in 2005 and 2006, and I wanted to return for many years, and finally got the opportunity now.
Awesome. So have you hired some new people for your cast and your shows?
Yes. A lot of friends that I've worked with in other professional theaters around the country. I've talked a lot of really great talent into coming up here this fall.
Good.
And joining our great talent that we already have here. Nickie and I worked together even before she ever came to Thunder Bay Theater.
Oh, you did?
Down in North Carolina at Snow Camp Outdoor Theater, and in 2006, and then we came up here together in 2006 for Thunder Bay Theater. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So we're here today to talk about Grey Gardens. So Nickie, you already kind of described it to me, so do it again.
Okay. Grey Gardens is a musical. It's a comedy drama, and it is based on a 1975 documentary about Edith Bouvier Beale and Little Edie Beale. They were kind of the black sheep of the aunt and cousin of Jacqueline Kennedy.
Okay.
So they're kind of the black sheep of this family.
Put it lightly.
Yeah, put it lightly. They lived in, they lived in this gigantic 28-room mansion called Grey Gardens. And it was once this beautiful, beautiful estate. And they let it go way downhill.
Okay.
And they turned into hoarders, and they had 52 cats, and they had virtually no plumbing, and there were fleas, and the whole place was filthy. But they basically holed up inside that mansion for years and years and years, and it was just the two of them mostly, and they got a little crazy.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah, it was a big scandal in the 70s, if you remember, when it was a paparazzi who like stumbled upon it and realized who these women were, and it got out in the press, and they were like, oh, look at how Jacqueline doesn't take care of her own, and then these documentary filmmakers made this documentary on these 2 women where they just followed them around, and that became this cult favorite documentary.
Oh.
It was well above its time, because you watch it today and you're like, hey, this is just like all these reality TV shows that we watch today. In fact, if they were alive today, there would be a whole series of the Grey Gardens series.
Absolutely.
But so the first act of the play takes place in the 40s when they're in their heyday, and young Edie was engaged to Joe Kennedy at the time, and Joe Kennedy was the one the Kennedys were really pushing for president, but he died in World War II, and then they started pushing John Kennedy. So in a way, she could have ended up our first lady, and she ended up being a lady with a lot of mental problems, and went crazy in the 70s.
Okay, so that's the first act.
Yeah, the first act is in the 40s, and then we jump ahead to the 1970s when the place is just a mess, and it follows a lot more along with the documentary, and there's some wonderful songs based on some of the little funny things that they do in the documentary, and it's all got a very 40s feel to the style of music.
I'm really Not being an actor, I'm having a hard time finding how that can be a musical, a comedy, and a drama.
It's got everything.
This show is a huge challenge.
I'll bet.
And
Especially for Nickie.
Okay, and what role are you playing, Nickie?
okay, I am playing Edith Bouvier-Beale, she's also known as Big Edie, who is the mother in Act 1. But then also in Act 2, then I switch to play Little Edie, her daughter. So two completely different characters, completely different mannerisms, voice, accent, you know, everything is different between Act 1 and Act 2. And it's a huge challenge, and I absolutely love it.
I bet you do.
Yeah, it's great.
We have Amy Groen, who was here this summer. She plays Little Edie in Act 1. And then Terry Carlson plays Big Edie in Act 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 actresses playing 2 women.
Wow.
It was very confusing when I first read the script. I had to message Kevin. I was like, okay, who am I playing? Because it's all Edie, Little Edie, Big Edie, Edith. It was very
with them having the same name and everything. Yeah.
Well, before we run out of time, we want to make sure, when will this production be on at Thunder Bay Theater?
It starts September 26th.
Okay.
And runs for just 2 weekends only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thursday through Sunday.
Okay. And what kind of an audience are we looking at? PG?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing in the show that wouldn't be appropriate to bring your children. Little children might not find it as interesting, but
there's tiny bit of language. Tiny, you know, it's not too.
He's not remembering that.
Or some GDs here.
Okay.
Couple of.
Okay. And then any songs we'll know or remember from anywhere?
It's all original music, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all original.
Wow.
They like I said, they based the style on the 40s style. So what's the song that they were singing in the documentary? 2 Peas in a Pod is based on. Can't think of what it is right now, but yeah, the songs sound familiar.
Okay.
Like you think you've heard that before.
Okay.
But it's just slightly changed because it's so based on that time period.
And if you're familiar with the documentary, you will also notice several direct quotes from the documentary in the show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
From people.
Wonderful.
From the characters. So.
All right, we're out of time. I want to thank you both very much for being here. Welcome back to
Thank you.
Alpena again. And